if I've even got time to think about it. I think the decision has to be made, and I think I'm going to have to go parties to proceedings. I'm struggling because I don't have my laptop, which will allow me to connect up to here to use the internet, so I can't use my online documents. So I really need some help here. I don't want to bring this out of the court arena and fuck this up for the mother right now on Monday, but currently I am having to watch a mother go through dissonance because she is being coerced into signing the documents. As you know, I've sent a letter off to all parties that I can think of all the way through this. Everything from Boris Johnson to everything. And literally, the boys are going to my mum's tomorrow. I've sent an email to see if she's got a laptop I can borrow while she's with the boys tomorrow. As long as I am at that court on Friday morning, putting that application in, whether it is open, I've been and checked, it is open, and I'm sure I'm going to be able to do this, if not over line. I know it's going to cost me 40 quid and I'm not paid until Monday. I'm hoping, going parties to proceedings, I can use the fact that I'm on universal credits to cover this. If not, I'm going to ask if anybody out there can cover the 40 quid until Monday, and I'll give it back to you on Monday. I've got a couple of people here that I might run around tomorrow and say, I might even stand outside the fucking courts and ask everybody for 40 quid if it's going to be an obstruction, because I literally don't get paid until midnight on Monday, but that's going to be too late. I'm going to have to do this Friday. One of the problems with my case, 11 of my friends wrote to the court. People wrote to the courts. People came forward left, right and centre to support and assist me and my family. People came forward saying, look, you know, we've got enough room for the mother and the 2 children, the 4 children, you know, they can come here. I had people with hotels offering me suites on their place to just be there with an address. But people didn't go parties to proceedings. As the judge said, what's the matter? Oh, well, the ball's spinning. Well, I can't come in there while I'm live because you're playing with water and I need to keep you decent. As long as it's a fun balls are spinning around, it's fine. Oh, wow, look. Cool. Oh, wow, that is really cool. Hey, you've created... Don't, Elijah, don't, Shiloh, don't ruin Elijah's thing. He's just created a vortex. He's just created a vortex. That's really cool. Well done. Yeah, Elijah, it's fine. Shiloh, don't take his ball out of there because he's created something. Just watch what he's doing and enjoy it. Elijah, teach him. And show him what you've done. Don't get mad at him or frustrated or worried about him taking them out. Just show him what you're doing. That's it, Shiloh, just watch what he's doing first. Elijah's just created a vortex with the balls in the drain in the sink. So, but yeah, I mean, I can write to everybody. I can even go outside that court and be there on Monday morning and wait for every judge and say, have you got this case? Please, look, I need you to have this information. I can then get done. I can take the bloody roofs of this court to say, look, you know, you can't do this. But the court cases are all on Zoom. Now, I don't know what's going to happen on Monday. It could end up on Zoom. All I know is they are badgering her to sign. Badgering her to sign. I am witnessing it before my very eyes, watching a mother have to go from being completely inside herself to having to listen to the adopted social worker, you know, having to tell her. I have to be really careful because when you're dealing with the family courts, nobody who is not parties to proceedings is allowed to know the information. But I didn't meet this young girl through forced adoption or the internet. I met her through my local community. I met her through my walks with my children. I met her through my interactions and learning that she was a young mum and pregnant, and her story, because of obviously what I stand for and what I'm about and what has come into my life. But I just want to go and change my living room around right now because it's how I cope with things. But like, she's 18, girl. Like, 18-year-olds, let's just talk philosophically. 18-year-olds in the care system can be either removed from care, leave care, run away from care, or they can be in care until they're sort of 23, 24. This particular girl is held They've never, ever, ever offered her to a career. They have never, ever, ever supported her in her singing, in the fact that she speaks 14 languages. Nobody is talking about this beautiful little soul. And she is a beautiful little soul. Do you know how many times I've had to take knots out of this girl's hair? Because she tangles it up. Since her baby's been taken, she sits and gets stressed. And there's another mother who's just had a letter through the door, a mother that a lot of us all know. And she's had a letter through the door, and she's petrified because a social worker has been at her door and put a note for her door. Not come to speak to her, just put a letter to say it's a matter of urgency. We've had a complaint through, reference your children, and all of this sort of stuff. And it starts creating fear. At the bottom of some of these letters, they will then put, if you do not respond to this letter, we have the power to remove your children. And it's like, hang on a minute. This is meant to be a care service. I'm not talking about people who are shoving brooms up children's arse. I'm not talking about people that are trafficking children off. Now, Josie's had this from her own fucking mother. Josie's never had a chance. She's been in care since she was 4. She's been abused by a foster care father who gave her everything, who gave her the good education and all of the little promises that you get in life, that everyone goes, oh, my child's going to have a better life in foster care. And this is what they keep trying to drum into her, that if she just signs, she's not good enough to be a mother, she's not a good enough person. Who does this? I wouldn't do this to her. She's never had anybody say to her, wow, congrats. Come on. Hello, guys. I'm back. Sorry, it's reconnecting. It shouldn't be. I'm on internet normal. I'm in the best signal in my house right now. And it's like, to go parties to proceedings is going to put me in a situation where I have to have people say, but Miss Cotton, did you know this about her? Did you know this about her? And it's like, yes. In fact, I probably know more about her and more where she was when she found out when she was pregnant than you people do. I probably know more about what that girl has been through than any social worker or judge or police officer who's had to drag her back to hostel after hostel if she misses a curfew, or if she doesn't do this, or if she doesn't do that. That's all they do to these kids. All you people out there who've had your kids taken off you and you think they're all in freaking foster care in lovely nice homes, no, the majority of them, once they're 13, 14, 15, 16, mate, they're in freaking independent hostel units, like the places I walk past and show you, like big blocks of flats with security at the door where they have to be in by a certain time. They don't get parented. They don't get parented. They don't get mollycoddled. They don't get nurtured. They don't get nurtured. A system can't nurture a child. They put her in a box. They put a little baby in a box. Put a little baby in a box. This little baby in a box. She doesn't need to go in a box. She needs to be at home with her mother. As I have always said, I struggle with the age difference between her and the father. But in my understanding, I have never seen any grooming or anything. As much as it doesn't sit right with me, separate him as a man, I see as, again, another father being struggled and blah, 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 blah. Even discussing this now, it can stop me from being in parties to proceedings. But I don't understand why this can keep going on and why people constantly be witness to stuff that is going on within our social care, be it adult social care, children's social care, be it the fact that yes, I'm on universal credits and my old flat across there is still being held, the rent's still being paid there, and I now face eviction here. And it's like, I knew you cunts would do this. But it's paperwork, people, which is all going to go into a due process soon. That's all going to be analysed by AI. Solicitors will be taken over. All of them people will be taken over. It will be done by a tick box. Dump, dump, dump. All court cases currently at the moment are all being done on Zoom. If you don't know what Zoom is, then go Google Zoom. It's an app like this, like FaceTime, like YouTube. It obviously not recording publicly, and it's a closed meeting between people. All family court matters now, unless really severe urgent matters, are pretty much all being held on Zoom. Mothers and fathers are being told that they may or may not see their child over a video link. If I turned around to you and I could see you right now up in that little top corner and I went, I don't actually know who's here, but hey, Charlie, you just got to let through your door, darling. There's going to be some problems for you now. Now, one said person would have, say, 72 hours to stop something. But if you don't understand this process that's going on around you, like take the fact that this mother on Monday feels that this is over because they are going to win care and placement orders of her daughter. Hey, 2 seconds there, Portsmouth Council. Round of applause for Portsmouth Council, that they have no compassion, no understanding, no empathy, no compassion, no love. You have blood on your hands. The moment 5. Let's clap for social. Am I back? Did it cut me off again? Let's keep clapping for Portsmouth City Council. Let's keep clapping for Hampshire County Council, that were actually the same people that brought in Hayden, who was hung in his cellmate, whether he did it himself or whether you all caused him to do it himself, or whether it was done deliberately. So let's clap for little Miss Tickley and all of Hampshire Police, who think it's okay to pin people down on chairs and have babies in other rooms. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go Google exposure, don't take my child. And listen to Paul and his wife as their baby's being taken out of their hands. And then these people are being thrown into secrecy, anonymity. It's about protecting the child who's being so severely neglected and abused. But it's a lie. All social workers go to university where they learn through books. Would you like me to pick out some of these books? Would you like me to teach you about Maslow? Maslow is about self-actualization and hierarchy of needs. It works on basic principles of needs and works up to true self-actualization under the pinnacle of the wrong thing. We are in the Trinity, darling. We are in the Spirit, God, and His Son. And the Trinity needs to stay. Your little 5-star pointed things, fuck off. My teacher taught me. You go like this, and you go like this. All these stars and all of these things, all of this communism stuff, all of this bullying. For an adoptive social worker to sit down with an 18-year-old and say, you're really shit, you are. What a cunt you are. You can't even be a mother. So how do you think an 18-year-old who hasn't got the tools, hasn't got the emotional understanding, hasn't got the support system, hey, I'm not even allowed to talk to her. She's not even allowed to talk to me thanks to the people who put up all these websites on me and create a completely different picture. It's called disinformation. Lots of different disinformation goes on out there online. People even create, you could actually take my face and put me on a porn star and make me look like, let me do a face for you just in case it ever appears. Oh, got something. Yes, darling. Yeah, people do these things. Wow, what are you doing there, dude? Elijah, can I ask you a question?
This is a machine.
Wow, do you know what? You are a genius. You are a genius. Do you know what? Whatever you put your hand to, mate, you are just awesome at it.
Yes.
You are.
Put water in it and it pops up there.
Okay, so you've now created... What have you made then?
A water machine.
So, okay.
And it goes pop up there.
Oh, wow. It's like a bit like a well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then it's got a bit of a fountain to it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it can pop out.
Okay.
Oh, the water goes through there and it comes up there.
Oh, God, can I hear more toys coming out? Anyway, guys, the question that I'm asking is... All right, do you want me to turn the shower on so you can actually have the warm shower on? It would be easier. I really need a bath. Getting my kids in a bath is a nightmare. So anyway, round of applause to all the services out there that think that they are helping families. You are not, you are hindering. There is a better way of asking people whether they need help. And there is a better way of being in people's lives. I'm an interventionist and a coach and trainer. I could walk into a smack den, mate. I could walk into and sit down with people who, you know, live dire lives, and within 3 or 4 hours of them getting all of their stories out, you can root canal somebody. Social workers are not trained in this, judges are not trained in medical or mental health or anything really. They're just there to regulate the law, which we know is completely corrupted. We live in a world where the majority of people are on medicated prescriptions. Many people drink, many people smoke, many people smoke illegal substances, many people take illegal substances. You know, our world it needs this reset, but not the way they're doing it. We have to reset. And I'm hoping to God that tomorrow, the moment the boys go, I can stay so damn focused, no distractions, nothing coming to me. You know, I've said this, it's all going to come trolls and all, isn't it? But at the end of the day, there's an 18-year-old girl and there's a little baby at the end of this. And the father, I can only do what's right for the little girl. And I don't understand why Josie can't be placed in a social house here in Portsmouth and given all the support and love that she needs to be a mother. And they just want to put her in hostile environments and trigger her. What's the problem now? Anyway, guys, I got enough on my plate, but I don't know how I can turn a blind eye, and I don't know how you can all turn a blind eye to what's going on. The fact that you all watch me and nobody's gone parties to proceedings to help me, maybe it's because people don't understand or don't know. So research parties to proceedings, and if you see someone struggling, maybe you need to wave your hand and say, hey, I'm here. I can be here to make sandwiches, I can be here to be emotional support, or like me, I can adopt Josie and take on a granddaughter, maybe. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do, to do, what to do, what to do. So, she can sing. She doesn't need to be sat on benefits, but there's no reason why. There's Robert Centres here where I started off. There's no reason why she can't go into independent. They can write up and cost the money. And I wonder how many people would maybe sponsor Josie's family. I've put messages out to even Leon, please, like seriously, mate. Like, I know we never got to know each other while sitting across, you know, while you were at your mum's and stuff. I've been accused of being with you, but you know, we know we haven't. You're in this area. You've won 4.5 million, mate, and maybe you could do something really good with having some properties here to help people like Josie, and you would have an investment that makes you money and do something really good. I've also messaged my old mentors and people on whether or not they could even guarantor so she could go into private rental, because the moment they get the care and placement orders, I'm going to struggle, because then there's nothing to stop me going. Wow, how well done, you. Come on. Hi guys, I don't know if it's going to hold. Sometimes when I play back and I think I've come back, it actually hasn't, and it's actually but and they're meant to be loving. Oh, it's not going to let me, is it?